I am getting ready to head back to Tijuana to Cellular Performance Institute for my 6 month follow up. My initial time going was the last week of April 2023, and I am going right now the second week of November in 2023. So a little over 6 months, but this is my 6 month follow up. We're adults, just scheduling, so I was able to schedule this follow up. So for everyone who's interested, because I do get asked lots of questions, and I've directed a lot of people to my videos because I've gotten sick of saying the same stuff over and over. But quick recap. All right, so we'll go back over this again. I had 110 million stem cells injected into my spine, throughout my spine, and that's including my neck and my back. I had injections in my left, an injection in my left shoulder, and an injection in each knee, which was 10 million each. With that being said, my right knee was probably the least of any of the issues. It had just some swelling inside, which was weird. If that's the only thing that it was really weird because that would prevent me from being able to do cardio. So while I was training for nationals in jiu-jitsu, I would like to run. Just real common. You getting in shape, you do a little bit of running as well. Running or sprinting, depending on the intervals or whatever I was going to be working on. But I was not able to. I had a slight tear in my meniscus in my left, but it felt like there was a flap that kept falling inside of the hinge of your leg, the knee there. So that caused me issues, but we're talking about the right one. So staying on track is the right one would become incredibly painful when I was trying to do any type of walking or running, even walking, right? So I tried just walking since I couldn't run, and I would walk and I would get some pain in my left from the meniscus, and I'd shake it out and then start walking. But then after right about the half-mile mark, I couldn't even walk anymore because my right one was so inflamed and so painful. Power through it? Yeah, I tried to power through, couldn't do it. It was just stinging pain. With that being said, there's no more pain. My left and my right knee both. I've been running. I've been doing great workouts lately. It's just, I feel fantastic. I feel so good because I'm able to just do some jogging. I can do some sprinting. Knees feel wonderful. Left shoulder. I've been doing workouts. So 3 months of rest where I wasn't doing anything, and then I started 2 weeks into light workout, and then I started full working out. Right. My shoulder, for whatever reason, it's pretty much right where it was. It's a little better than what it was. I can say a little, but that's not saying a whole lot. It still has issues. So now what a lot of people are interested in is because I had a severely herniated disc in between the C5 and C5, C6, I don't know. I have no idea. There was one disc in my neck was severely herniated where it was pressing into my spinal cord. The disc right above that in like the C5 area. So I don't know if it's the disc that's between, I don't even know if there's a C7. So maybe like C6, C7 or C, whatever. It's just all down at the base of the neck, which was the most damage. They didn't just do the disc. They also did the facets or something. I don't know. Facets to me seems more like of a maintenance man's lingo and terminology than it is like a doctor's. But anyway, I guess there's whatever's going on. I'm not a doctor, but they did injections again up here And then in my lower back, I had my L7 disc area was, doctor was like, it's terrible looking. And then the S1, and which was also causing the sciatic. So like my right leg like would give out at times. I always had the shooting pain down like the sciatic. I had an actual, which was really weird. I had like a roaming numb spot on the bottom of my foot. So if you had the bottom of your foot, there was a numb spot that was like about the size of probably about a quarter, and it'd be on my foot, on the bottom of my foot, but then it would like move, and it was numb. It wouldn't move like all the time. It would just move occasionally, where because I'd walk and I get kind of used to that numb feeling there, and then all of a sudden it would be like over on the other side. And I'm like, oh, and it would just catch me. So, moving forward past all of this, so that everyone understands, my neck and my back, I don't have the pain there. It's gone. It's really just increased my like standard of living, like my whole life, everything. Like I remember when it, probably about a week after it was done, I went outside, and it was a real interesting experience, because when I went outside, like it just seemed, it seemed brighter. Color seemed more vibrant. Like life just seemed better, not being in pain, which I guess kind of explains a lot. But so my neck and my back feel like, stretching it a little bit, but I feel like 1,000 times better, right? But I can tell I don't think my neck and my back are 100%, but I feel better. Like not having all the pain that I had before, which is great. So I've kept everything very transparent. When I went down there, I think my base amount that I had to pay was like $23,000, and that's out of your own pocket. The downside is because they do it in packages, so CPI does not itemize any of their treatment stuff, and I understand that, right? It's a business. They don't really care to disclose and have people saying, "Oh, you're paying too much for this," or "You're not, that's way cheap. Let's just get that," or whatever they want to do. It's their business. They don't itemize, so therefore I can't really submit the way that they tell me I'm paying to my insurance provider and have anything given back to me. So, moving on. Your insurance doesn't cover it. Tough, right? If that's what you're looking for, then don't do it. If you're looking to get out of pain and feel better, well, you're going to fork up the money and you're just going to do it, which is what I did. So, back to what I was saying is I've been very open and very transparent. So it was $23,000. I worked with Robbie Alvarez at CPI. Just an amazing guy, very trustworthy, a very honest type person to deal with. I can't say anything that would even make him sound better than he already is. He's a great guy. He's very trustworthy. My experience down at CPI, I'm dealing with professional staff, high quality individuals. Everyone is very professional, very nice, and seem very knowledgeable about what they do. So, money. $23,000 was my base. I did extra. I also did, then at the end, I paid another $9,000 to have 90 million stem cells injected intravenously, right? With that 23,000 as your base, though, you're getting, there's other things that you get. You get like the ozone, the Myers, you get NAD. There's just stuff to help prep you. You have your individual nurse that comes over and takes care of you. You're fed while you're there. So all of that is all part of it. Your stay, your transportation. Calculating it up, it's actually a fraction of what you would pay if you were doing something like that in the United States. Now, moving forward, this next go around, right? So I'm trying not to stick too much on my initial say. So I'm going to go back down for a whole week. Your follow up is typically not going to be a whole week, it's 3 days. I want to do the whole week again. So therefore, I'm paying a little bit more for the whole week. Now, in that, I'm also I've already prepaid for the spine in case there's any injections that need to be done in the spine again. I do recall when I was there, the doctor had said that would be something he would like to look at for a couple different areas that he wasn't able to inject because they were doing so much throughout my spine. With the first one, I'm okay with it. I want to go back down. All the MRIs are included right now as far as like my neck, my back, my shoulder, and my knees. So they're going to do MRIs. This is them wanting to do MRIs because they want to document the progress that the stem cells did for my body. They want to do it for everybody so they can see, okay, here's what we did. When talking with CPI again, I'd indicated my shoulder still is in a lot of pain. Now, it's really weird because my shoulder starts to feel better and then it gets bad again. And it when I say gets bad again, it kind of just goes back to where the pain, right? It feels like it's slipping out of joint and there's just some pain. Like right now, there's no pain right now. But then if I let my shoulder drop or I'm doing something or I reach for something, bow, right? And I informed them of this. And their response was like, yes, you know what? Slight tear in the meniscus. What we were looking at was 10 million. It appears that 10 million wasn't good enough. They're like, this time when you're down, we'll do 30 million. Okay, cool. With everything that I paid for, I've paid I think right around 12, 13, about 13,000 right now is what I've paid to go towards my follow-up. So that's going to include my stay, food, transportation. It has 50 million stem cells included, and then all the MRIs are included in that comeback package, right? If I wasn't going to do if I didn't prepay already for any spinal cord stuff, if I wasn't going to do the whole week, I was only going to do the 3 days. I think it's 3,000 or something for your follow-up. And you're down there for 3 days. You can do that. Again, I'm just doing extra because I want to fully engulf myself in this whole stem cell thing. I'm using myself as a guinea pig so that I can just tell everybody, all of you, everybody out here, hey, here's what I did. Here's the results that I got for myself. One of the things that I spoke about was because they do suggest getting a certain number of millions of stem cells because it's all done in millions, 10 millions is the base number, right? So they suggested doing, I think they suggested 8 or 9 or 80 or 90 million stem cells for intravenous for me. So I went ahead and did the 90 on the high end. And it's for the intravenous, so they do it through your veins. It's fantastic. And so understanding how to conduct studies, right? I cannot give that any single credit because I had so much done. So the fact that I was feeling completely more youthful, I felt 10 years younger. I felt 10 years younger. I feel like I still feel so much better. And I feel right, I believe it to be because of the 90 million that was injected. However, having the neck pain gone and the spinal pain gone also could contribute to me feeling substantially younger, more energy, everything better, right? So I can't really just say, well, it was because of this or it was because of that. But all of it together has definitely improved my overall quality of life. So again, going back down, stem cells, perhaps something in the spine, I don't know. If that does not need to be done, then I will just have that transferred to whatever else I need to have or want to have stem cells done in. Again, I'm going to have the shoulder done. Now, here's the thing. When I was training, I ended up popping my left knee on the outside. So right on the outside, I popped something, and it's been like dreadfully painful. It's getting better, but it still hurts. And so that was something, since they're already going to do an MRI there, I might just have them do another 10 million right down there. Not a big deal, 10 million. So I'm going this time, like I said, I've already spent like 12, 13, anywhere between 12 to 14,000 is what I've already prepaid. So that's all prepaid. So I'm capping myself at like another 17,000. I don't want to do another full 17,000, right? But at least I have that fund amount available that I know that this is what I can spend. It doesn't mean I'm gonna spend it. Most likely, I mean, if you're thinking about whatever they do, if they do more injections in my spine, right? That's fine. In my mind or whatever, I'm thinking there's probably going to be like 4 to 6 injections, right? So that's 40 to 60 million probably, and so each 10 million is like $1,000. So that's going to be $4,000 to $6,000. Sounds pretty good. It leaves available to still have some stem cells done intravenously, and I'm saying intravenous. Like, I feel like overall, man, like joints just like still feel better. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, if you take that age dial and you just dial it back, just give it a few clicks, like however you felt years ago, you start feeling that way, like body wise. So definitely want to do that again. But again, what I was saying was I can't single it to one specific thing. So that's why when I'm going back down, I want to do the whole week again, so I can do everything again to get the full feeling again. I want to feel all that again. Like, it hasn't gone away, right? So I still feel younger. I still feel more youthful. I still feel like just overall better. Like, I'm ready to go, right? And I really want to get back more into training. I've loved just being able to hit the weights again, being able to run, being able to just really feel like, yes, I'm feeling like an athlete. You know, I feel like I'm moving up, you know, in my abilities. I love that feeling. So why not do it one last time? You know, it's not something I want to continually do. So it's not something that I'm going to be on here 6 months from now saying, hey, I'm doing stem cells again. Because if I do, I need somebody to reach out and go, hey, slow down. What are you doing? You know, like, if I'm injuring myself that much so I have to go do stem cells again, I'm not training smart. I'm not training adequately. So it's not something that would be continually done, but that's also the wonderful aspect of doing stem cells, is that they heal you, right? Because you're healed. They're growing tissue. They're improving your body, and it's permanent. It's not something that it's just, oh, well, here's a pill. Good luck taking this now for the rest of your life. Like blood pressure, right? Like people, like real common, really, they take blood pressure medication. You're on that for the rest of your life. Like, your body doesn't just say, okay, hey, thanks for the medicine. I'm now better. I can handle this blood pressure on my own. No, you're taking it all the time. And when you don't take it, there could be some serious side effects. I mean, there's strokes, there's heart attacks, there's like all this stuff that goes along with like high blood pressure stuff, right? I'm not comparing stem cells to high blood pressure in the overall like medical terminology. All I'm saying is the fact that when you go and you do the stem cell stuff, it's permanent. Like I can't speak only for myself because I only have 6 months of the treatment, but from everything that I've looked at, everybody I've heard, everything that I've been hearing about, people I've spoken with, there were guys that were at the CPI that did it like 5 years ago, and they're talking about it was the greatest thing he ever did. The one guy, he did it 5 years ago. He came back, and he wasn't even having anything done. He just wanted to come back down and see people and talk to them. They literally were giving him nothing. He wasn't getting any incentives. He wasn't getting paid. He wanted just to come back. He loved the facilities that they have, and he just wanted to give us a quick little talk and tell us how it worked for him. So, as I'm sitting here and I'm talking to everyone, and I've been saying stuff about it, it's not like the cult type talk. It's not like, oh, everyone's got to do this is the best thing for everybody. I really don't care who does it. It's just I've had so many people express their interest in it. One of the things that stop people, I think the number one thing that stops people is the cost. Everybody's used to their medical provider paying for most of whatever they have done. That's kind of a sad thing that we have in the United States in one way, right? But when you're thinking about how much you're paying a month in like medical just for your provider, I look at that and I'm like, I don't even go to the hospital here. Very rarely do I go to, I think in the last 13 years of living in Springfield, Illinois, I've gone to the hospital for myself maybe 3 times. Once was for a torn Achilles tendon, and 2 times, two of the 3 was because of the my neck. That's it. Severe injuries, I go. But guess what? I'm always paying my insurance. But my insurance isn't going to cover stem cells. So if you took all that money that I ever paid for towards my medical provider, it would have more than paid for the stem cells that I've had done. Getting off topic, so I'm not really trying to get off that. It's just when I look at the way we get so used to the way we do things. So the number one cost is the number one reason why people don't do it is cost. Number 2 is convenience. They can't just go down the street to a hospital here in town and have it done, so it then becomes an inconvenience to them. Okay, then don't do it, right? One thing is like, you can't like, why make people do stuff, right? And for the most part, you can't really make people do certain things like this. So if you're really serious about healing and getting out of pain, then this is what you should be looking at. And reviewing any of the videos that I've posted, because I go through step by step. I think I did a pre-video and I was just explaining like how much pain I was in. Like every day of my life I was dealing with pain. And I was like, if anybody, like patience, I had no patience for people. I would tell people, I would try to be nice. I would say things, and then when people don't understand it, I would become very irritated. And it wasn't intentional. It's not like I'm like, hey, I just want to be mean to people for no reason. I was in pain, you know. If you're in pain, you're dealing with, it's like kind of like having to use a restroom. Like you have to go pee really, really bad, and somebody goes in the bathroom right before you, and you're sitting there bouncing around. You're like, okay, come on, hurry up. Oh, you're taking too long. Dude, I would have been done by now. It's kind of like that. Like when you're in pain and you have no patience. That's gone. so much more relaxed, like so much better, especially with my kids. Like it's so much better to be able to like come in here to the garage. So I come in here to the garage, we play guitar, and our guitar playing together is so much, it's just so much better. Like we have so much more fun. We're laughing, we're joking, we're enjoying the songs more. Where when I'd come in, I really wanted the session, like our little time together, to be like that. But then I'd become a little irritated. I didn't really want to joke. I wanted to stick to what we were going over and what we were learning, and it was just involuntary, like almost like I wanted like a rage, like an involuntary rage. Like I wanted to be happy, I wanted to be joking around and having a good time, but then I become like, oh, come on, let's just get this done, let's get this over with, because the pain would start building up and building up. And I don't have it now. I don't have that pain in my neck. I don't have the pain in my back. And like I said, they're not 100%, because it's not that I have pain in them, but I feel it feels. On the other side, as I say that, is that the stem cells that CPI uses, that they specially select the stem cells, and the stem cells that they said that they use are supposed to be still present in the body for up to 1 full year. And one of the doctors was indicating by the fact that when you come back for your 6 months, when you come back after 6 months and you do this follow-up, is that most of the stem cells are still there, still active, and still healing. I believe them. And that, I'm not a very trustworthy person. Like, I'm a trustworthy person. I'm not a very trusting person. I don't trust people. I think people innately are deceptive because people look out, and they look out for themselves, right? And when you're dealing with like salesmen, and I know like you get like the terminology like, oh, a used car salesman, or this guy, he's like slimy. I feel slimy after I've talked to them, stuff like that. I don't feel this way. When I'm down there, I'm talking to professionals. I am talking to people that are there to do their job, and that's it. They're not getting kickbacks. They're not making extra money. If they have you do 20 million instead of 10 million, they're not getting paid more. And a lot of times, if they're increasing the amount, there's a team of doctors down there. The other doctors are like, well, why would you increase this? Please tell us, according to this MRI, why would you do that? And they would explain why, and they're like, okay, that sounds good. So they're self-regulated in that aspect, where they're looking out for, they're already making money. You're there, right? They don't need to try to mooch more money out of you. That's not the way that they're doing it. Their job is, they want to heal you. They want you to be healed, because they want you to go out and tell everybody, this is the place to go there to get healed. That's how they're operating their business, not off of this like, hey, you're our client, so now you're always going to be our client, because we're not going to heal you fully because we want you to come back. They know that's not going to work. A lot of people might only have that one time only of $25,000 to drop to go and get this done. So when they're there, they want it to be done. They don't. Their goal is to see you again in 6 months, and then probably never see you again after that. I love that. I love their business model. I love the way that one of the doctors, or not doctors, one of the individuals that was working at the facility was telling me, actually, when doctors are doing this and going deeper into how they can heal people, it usually causes them more work, and the doctors don't get paid more. They're on salary. So when they dive in and they go through, it's because they want to feel that sense of accomplishment. They want to know that they're good at their job, that they just healed somebody. They don't want to say, oh, how much more can I get out of this person? How much more can I get out of this person? That's not what they do. If they hit if they get to the end and they go, hey, I can get this done for 10 million. That's why they did my knees for only 10 million each, and my shoulder for 10 million. The doctor honestly was like, I think that only 10 million will fix it. If he would have told me 30 million, I would have paid him another 2,000 to do what he said. I was going to follow anything and everything that he said. he was trying to do it the best possible way and the most efficient way. I love it. I love it. I don't mind going back. 30 million is included in, actually 50 million is included in my return. So this is already done and paid for, 30 million of that. And since I repop my knee because of training, I'll have them do maybe 20 million in that, and I'm good to go. Then whatever else would need to be done through my spine, I'm solid. I'm going to be solid. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to come back here. I already know. I already know from my first time. So if I take and I just get half of what I got from the first time, the second time, it's going to be amazing. I'll probably feel like I'm in my 20s again. Because I already feel like, I was telling people, I'm 44. And I don't feel 44 anymore. Like when I was 42, I was feeling 40. I was feeling it. I was feeling rough. I was feeling heavy. Getting up. I was like, man, how am I going to feel when I'm 60 if this is how I'm feeling when I'm 40? Not anymore. Again, I'm feeling great for 6 months now. It's just been fantastic, and there's no show of decline. So going back for this follow-up, who knows? Who knows, right? I'll keep everyone posted, though. I'll be down there this next week. Monday will be my first day, so I'll keep all of these posted and keep it all going. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to documenting it also. It's really fun to document it because then I can look back like at that first video where I was talking about pain, and I'm like, oh, I remember the pain. And that's a memory that's fading because I remember the pain now, but I don't remember it as intense as I know it was. And that's a good thing. And I want to completely forget about that pain so that I don't have to ever think about that time of life again, like that pain. I don't want it in my memories or in my life anymore. So, all right, look forward to keeping everyone updated. Take care.